guys, welcome back to the Tuesday stream. We're back playing a little bit of Kerbal Space Program in the stream career, running for 10 days and 10 days. Oh man, I wish 10 years and 131 days. It has been a long time. We have got many things out there and doing, and right now we're going to go watch some stuff deorbit, because if we don't watch them deorbit, they won't actually fall down out of the sky. MTL in there fast. How are you doing? You are fast? I meant first, but yeah, there we go. Hi, how you doing? You good? You good? Yeah, I hope so. Felmag Fur, yeah, that's talking to me in Discord back there. Hi, how are you doing as well? I can only see the bottom like 2 or 3 lines of Discord just to make sure people are actually doing a thing. Hey, Felmag Fur, how are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah. We'll have a look at like my code at some. Well, we're not going to look at the code. That would be horrific, but what we are going to do is have a look at what the code does. Well, where's the thing that one there? This one over here. Is there one actually coming in closer? That's the question that I have to be asking right now. It doesn't look like there is. Okay, we're just going to try and deorbit these as quick as possible. How has your 2's weeks been? How are the video watchers' weeks been? I hope everybody's been doing well. Today I have been working on my telescope proposal. That's right, at some point in the very near future, but over Christmas in fact, I'm going to be making an observation of like an actual thing out there. It's called a planetary nebula, a big star, got all puffy and started throwing off the outer layers. And you can see it as like a big circular cloud in space. And there's this one that only got discovered very recently, and we know nothing about it. There's next to nothing about it is known. I could tell you some things about the stars in the middle, but like, yeah, this is kind of boring. But because there is so little known about it, and because we're allowed to choose whatever we want to do for our let's warp down here for our projects. Excuse me. We're gonna do that. Let's see if I can find. No, we did that. That's what I'm in the middle of doing. If I can Weibo one, just plop that in there. Let's see if I can steal an image off. Let's try planetary nebula. Words that I need to like stop and say. Okay, yeah. This is the picture I want. Can I actually? And I don't do this very often. Just steal it. I think I'm going to just... I say I don't do this very often. I kind of do it relatively often on stream. It's the only time I do. Okay. Let's there we go. Look at this thing here. You can see the bright thing in the middle. That is a star that's thrown off a whole bunch of rubbish around the outside. And I'm interested in the stuff around the outside. Do I have my red square? This here? Oh, it's a big red square. Let me just shrink that red square down a little bit. You can see the star in the middle. I'm interested in the stuff all around the outside. How fast is it traveling? What's it doing? What's it made out of? A whole bunch of stuff like that. And yeah, gonna get a fairly small telescope in the grand order of things. 40 centimeters, I think. Yeah, it's fairly small. To look at it, but it's got all like the highest of technologies attached to it. That's kind of the important bit, right? It knows what the sky conditions are like. I've had to do a whole bunch of calculations to like know where the moon is. Like that's kind of important, you know, knowing where the moon is relative to your. Oh yeah, we got to bring the tourist home. That's something else relative to the thing you're looking at. Because of course, if the moon's right there. I don't know if you've gone out looking at stars when there's a big full moon out, and you try and look at some of the stars near the moon, and you don't get to see more. We have even more information about the water update. Is that for Spaceflight Simulator? I remember you talking about that. Well, not last time. It was a couple of weeks ago now that you were like, yes, water update. To which I'm about it. I'm about it. Spaceflight Simulator to do with things to do, you know, things to do. Don't get me wrong, it is a space flight simulator, so it's got the main thing to do. I'm going to pop my parachutes while I think about it. So it's got the main thing to do that you want to do. Now, do you think we are about to explode in horrific fiery death? We've got horrific and fieriness. I just don't know whether we're going to have the death. You know, if you guys want to make your if you guys want to make your predictions, go for it. I'm going to watch the aerodynamic forces overlay. This is the thing, right? Even though we are coming in and smashing into I don't know, many air molecules per second. In a gram of air, there's like, oh man, Avogadro's constant is 1.9 times 10 to the 60. It might. Let me have a look at Avogadro's number. Okay. To the 23. Six with 23 zeros after it. In a gram of stuff, that's how many atoms you've got. 6 with 23 zeros after it. Sadly, the update says that you cannot pull parachutes over an ocean that's over 2.5 kilometers deep. I'm guessing that's because it thinks you're further over the floor than is like advisable. I'm gonna assume so. I'm going to assume so. Look at this. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we like. This is one of the things I need to deal with. We're not going to do that today, but what we are going to do today is try and go around and get all of. There's a random craft that I need to use there. We're going to get the Casino Connector Royale, which is going to just become the Casino Royale. Let's be honest. Unless anybody's got like a better name for my casino, I would be very, very happy to hear a new name for the casino. But that's all good. We've got some tourists up there that we need to bring back. Maybe, but I'm not a developer, so I'm just going to have to listen to whatever the developer says. Yeah, that's fair enough. I was actually just talking to a developer friend of mine. He doesn't make amazing games, but he does make games. So he teaches more than creates. I was going off on a tangent there, but I've forgotten where my tangent was going. Yeah, no. It's all right. But like the main point is that nothing is an arcane art. Nothing is magic. Everything has explanations behind it, from the most complicated of computer programs to the most horrific of mathematical expressions to the physics that is all around you. None of it is. Wait, are we going back up? Are we really going? No, sir, we are not going back up. That's not what we're going to do. Hey, Altered Pool, welcome. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good. Well, I hope you've had a good week and are having a good day today. I've just noticed that my craft was trying to leave the atmosphere. I'm not about that. We're going to bring this guy back home. There we go. Beautiful. Should we just carry on? No, I've got 121 meters in my tank. We'll go with that. I like to keep some fuel in my tank so that when the parachutes are out, if I'm still falling too fast, I can just give myself a little and take some of the speed out of the landing and hopefully save the day. That would be great. Okay, that was a lot of talking. Sunset. It's just disappearing over there. Oh, look at that. I do like the fact that Kerbal has made it so that everything lines up beautifully, so things will come up in front of the sun quite regularly. I also remember for like 4 months ago when we were getting stuff about the astronaut update, and it said it was coming in 2 months. It's been a good bit after 2 months. Yeah, it's hard to know when you're going to be done with something. You can look at everything that came behind you, and you go, yeah, great. We've done all of this stuff. There's not that much further to go. We're just going to finish it in 2 months, right? And then a week and a half later, they run into a whole bunch of troubles that they didn't even know existed, right? This is one of the hard things about looking into the future, is things happen that you don't know that are going to happen, right? And so they've made the announcement. They can't like unannounce something, but they've got to deal with whatever it is they got to deal with. 'Tis the way of life, unfortunately. Okay, we've done the going back up. We're coming back down again. This is a bit crazy. There's two re-entries. We didn't technically leave the atmosphere, but the fact that we lost the plasma and now the plasma is back, I'm going to count that as 2. I'm going to count that as 2. If you don't want to agree with the 2, I mean, I too understand. I'm not out of electric charge. Woo-wee. I have managed to fire all my parachutes off, though. Let's have a look. Deploy. Yeah, deploy. Okay, that's good. Which means that even if we do completely run out of all power, we should land nicely. Doing well, working on a Mimus fuel depot. Yeah, seems to be the big thing at the moment. In the KSP chat at the moment, everybody's making little fuel depots. It's great. Fuel depot, get ready for a Juna mission rather than that feeling. Yeah, cool. Oh, other than that, feeling great. Sorry, it was like, there's a comma belonging there. Fairly sure a comma belongs in there. Okay, this re-entry looking a little bit spicier. We've got a bit more. I'm sure I put that on. Yeah, disabled, re-enabled. I haven't seen. There it is. Look, there they are. There's the lines. I hadn't seen many of those on our way through. Off at a weird angle. I know. Okay. Hey Kendall, how you doing? I realise you haven't played KSP in 2.5 months now. What have you been playing instead? Always interested in what other people are playing. No, normally when statements like that get made, it's that actually they've been off doing real life stuff. I mean, I've been doing a lot of real life stuff. So today I got my hands on 2 meter wide telescopes. I've got this list of stuff. So I have been recruited by a friend to kind of help set up an astrophotography group at the university. So we've got there's an actual observation dome on the roof of the university. It's about 12 foot, 3 meters across, something like that. Maybe not quite 3 meters, 2.5 meters across. It's got like a couple of big telescopes. It's only really got room for one because obviously the top's supposed to open up and let it out. There's a couple of big telescopes in there. There's one that is broken. Do you guys know the story of Hubble? So the Hubble Space Telescope. When they first put it up there, they turned it on and had a look at some stars and realised that things were blurry. Things were not coming through as crisp as they were supposed to, as crisp as was predicted. And it turns out that the people who were in charge of grinding the mirror or doing the mirror quality control or whatever it was had been using the wrong standard, and when it got up into space, it all sagged a bit weird. It's not the full story, but that's the one we'll go with for now. And so it ended up being short-sighted, long-sighted. I can't remember which one it was, but it ended up having the same light paths as someone's eye, as if they were either long or short-sighted. Like I say, I cannot quite remember, I'm afraid. And that was one of the big amazing things about the space shuttle, was the space shuttle was able to go up, grab the Hubble Space Telescope and put a pair of glasses on it. It wasn't actually as this old corrective system inside, but it was essentially going and putting a pair of glasses on it. So anyway, now I've got access to this telescope on top of the roof of my university, and I was talking to the lecturer who is basically in charge of all this stuff. He's just a facilitator, really. He's just like, you guys knock yourselves out. I'm gonna just stay out your way. But he was telling the story of this other telescope that cost a lot of money, and it's about on order of the same size as I don't know, say about half the size of Hubble. It's a very big telescope. It cost them something like $3,000, and it does not focus properly, which I find absolutely hilarious. Are we gonna slow down? There we go. We are slowing down. Nice. So at some point, me and a friend are going to rip that telescope out there, fire a bunch of lasers inside it. Yes, it's as cool as it sounds, and figure out what's going on with that telescope. So maybe we can make some glasses for it. I don't know. I'm not an optics guy. I don't know if there are many optics guys out there. I like it when you got like lumps of matter whizzing around the universe at super high speeds, getting really hot and really far. Anyway, that's the science I like. But there are people out there who know how light travels. I mean, to be fair, I could technically know how light travels. That's not the worst thing, and it's not the hardest thing to figure out. There's a lot of wave mechanics and stuff, but once you've learnt the rules, right? Yeah, so I think that's cool. Over COVID, the whole astronomy group in the university kind of just stopped. You know, you couldn't meet up anymore. People weren't doing anything. Pupils left, and they're not pupils, with students, aren't we? I don't know. What are university students pupils? Is that a thing? Are we learning? Yeah, I don't know what the official definition of a pupil is in the learning sense. I might go on a little bit of a tangent there trying to find out, but probably not. It's like they're lecturers, they're not teachers. Like, that's what's the weird like I keep being thrown the word dichotomy, but that's not. It is a two-state thing. But it's not the word I'm looking for. Anyway, it's a weird thing that lecturers are not called students, and lecturers are not called teachers, and students are not called pupils. We have landed perfectly upright. I don't like it. No. Wow, rip. Mild panic there. Mild panic. Okay, so now what we need to do is launch a 4-person craft up to the asteroid and back down. Now, the code that I've got written only really goes for Equatorial. I might just do it anyway. Maybe my main plan with this auto launch and the coding is general. I want to make a whole. I want to make a mothership that will take off, fly up to orbit, drop a whole bunch of smaller ships which will fly around, pick up debris, and bring the debris home. All automatically. If I could do that, that would be amazing. All right, as I said, we need to bring some people home, and these people, I'm literally not going to be able to get them via the magic of coding. We'll find another mission for that. Something that I could just throw up Equatorial. But what we do need to do, we need a 3-person command pod. Do we need a 3-person command pod? We could do a 3-person command pod. We need to bring 4 tourists home. Problem is size, Kraken, and magic. I am used to fighting the Kraken. Me and the Kraken are adversaries from way back, so that's fine. I can live with that. What do I want to do here? I want to have. Do you know what I want to do? What has just popped randomly in my head? Let me show you here. We'll grab one of these. We'll put that there. I'll come back into the pods and grab myself a cupola and turn that this way up. Look at that! Isn't that great? I might just send this up to go and get all of the tourists. I will, however, need to have on the top a grabbing unit so that I could just get them out of there. Tremaine, how are you doing? How are you doing? Did you see the comment that I left for you? I was literally only just left as well, so that's the thing. Can we take this to orbit? Go get ourselves the tourists out of the casino and bring them back home. I sure do hope so. That's not the right size. That's the right size. That's the one I was looking for. I do like these fuel tanks, but they're just not really built for it, are they? Not really built for it. Man, because this has to go into a bit of a weird orbit, it's gonna be in a weird orbit, but that's fine. What I'm looking for are, I can never remember which one of the large ones. That one or these ones? Okay, brilliant. We want to have 4. I always like to have 4-way symmetry on my RCS ports here, particularly because you've got that fifth direction horn. Is that what we're calling them? Yeah, 4-horn, 5-horn. I like having the 5 because it gives me full directional control. Then we're going to do something that I absolutely love doing. There we go. Let's throw these on here. They're not the worst engines, but they're pretty bad. That's cool. We need a way to get home, of course, because this is all entirely about bringing these guys home. I think that's it. Once we've done that, we just need to slap a relatively cheap lander underneath them, as cheap as we can do. I'm hoping parachutes are indeed the next thing I'm on to, thanks. I'm hoping that we can get like a super cheap launcher. Do you reckon we can do it just with solids? Do you think we can do it just with solids? Sure do hope so. I'm wondering whether we want 2 sets of parachutes. This looks like a heavy craft, you know what I'm saying? Looks like a heavy craft, something like that. And then a couple of drogues up top, just to make sure we don't overcook it. Because that's totally something I could do. So that's 2. That's 1. Sorry, I wanted 2. There we go. That should be fine. That should be fine. Let's have a nice decoupler underneath here. I think I'm just going to make like a dumb system, if you will. Normally at this point I'd be like, okay, let's put down one of these over here. Grab ourselves a 2-meter control. But I don't. No, am I going to do this? I also feel like this already has decouplers on it. Let's pull this off of here and see what connects. No, there's not a decoupler in there already. Okay, that's fine. Aha! Look at this advanced reaction wheel here, just kind of floating around. Let's stick it. Oh, come on. There. That's where I wanted to stick it. Thank you very much. Close that. Pull that off. Yeah, it's now a complete enclosed unit. All right, cool. I've just noticed something about your stream schedule. I literally always have dinner just before you start. I mean, that's good. I do start at the same time. In real life, run one rocket, many missions. Yeah, I mean, I do many rockets to one mission, you know. I mean, if I was doing rideshare, I'd have to like think about stuff. Let's see what we got here. Do you reckon one of these is that good? You know what, that is very nearly all in of itself good enough to get me up to orbit. How much did that cost? Just the best part of 10 grand. What do you reckon it's going to cost to put solid liquids on underneath instead? Like one of these and a... Where are you? There it is, main sail. Main sail. So that's about double the price. Okay, I'm just going to go with one of these. If we're doing that, I really don't need the control bay up top, do I? Because this will do most of the flying. And it's 1.9 at sea level. If we click this, no, not click that, click this. 1.9 at sea level. If we bring that up, it's actually 2.2 delta V kilometers of change in my velocity. Let's try this. Get rid of. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if we can't launch a completely dumb booster section. I think this should be doable and cheap. What's the cheapest one of these? I know it doesn't really matter. 7, 6, 7. Let's go with a bunch of 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 will do. Yeah, let's do it. And I think thumpers. These are probably the ones to. Yeah, 4.9. That's pretty cool. 4.2. 4.29. That should be good, right? I think that should get us where we want to go. Anybody see any reason that it won't get me where I want to go? I'll give you a couple of seconds to tell me why I'm wrong. Because I'm sure someone will. Miss, do you know why I'm wrong here? This type of rocket is weird to me because I used to doing the chunkiest rockets in existence. Yeah, I mean, it's not huge, it's not tiny. Let's grab this and these. Because I could make a much smaller rocket, much smaller rocket. I think this will get to orbit cheap though. Let's see if we can do this. The main point is that I've got a claw on top for going to get the tourist. There's tourist return, tourist for return. There we go. Save. Let's launch it. Let's go. Let's do it. Hey. What's not working? Everything's not working. Oh my gosh. I was just wondering why my craft wouldn't do the thing that I'm saying that it's going to do. There's normally some reason that we find out 2.5 hours into the stream, right? So that's cool. That's cool. So hey, miss, how you doing? You having good times? I hope you having good times. I should imagine most people are. Most people are. It's time for a couple of bad struts. Actually, that was the last thing I just did. So it was a good guess, though. Good guess. We got parachutes as well. Power? Is there a power issue? I got Kerbals on board, so look at this guy. He's my second level pilot, engineer. Okay, so the big problem that I've got here is that I didn't actually want this many Kerbals on board. Have we only got 3 Kerbals? We only got 3 Kerbals. Revert to vehicle assembly. I only want to have 1 on board because the rest are going to be tourists. Now, I do dislike the fact that if I want to drink tea, I have to stop speaking. When are we ever going to get over that? You know, we are modern humans. We use tools to our advantage all the time. Why do I not have a way of drinking liquids and speaking at the same time? I mean, there used to be people, ventriloquists, who could do such things. Not very good at that. I need to work at it. I mean, do you speak in between them? Do you just mime? Is that it? Were they not drinking water all the time? I don't know. I don't know. Use a hospital tool to inject it in you. I mean, that... Yeah, but you don't get the flavour then. I mean, I love your thought process. Man, I feel a little bit shaky about this. Also, I need to find out where I'm going. We're going over to this one, set as target. This one at the back, we need to figure out. The random, please use. It doesn't have any space for Kerbal, so we can't use it for that. We're going to have to wait until my launch site has lined up with the orbit that I'm aiming for here. If I launched all the way around here, we'd have quite the bad time trying to match up. I will try and remember to make a save just before we launch. There I am right there. I was looking over at this one. Wouldn't have been great. That would have been quite a little bit out of line. Okay, so I'm going to a ship that is all the way behind me. I'm going northeast, this way. This is the way I want to go. Over there. All right, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. I feel like I should have actually made my solid booster in the middle fire a little bit slower. If there is any reason for us to revert this, I will try to make sure that I do that. So, I'm trying to think. So, as I have explained to people, I have made myself a little KOS autopiloting script, but it can't deal with edge cases. It is literally just my first go through. I spent all of last night trying to figure out how to stage solid boosters off of the craft. All right, waiting to stage. 3, 2, 1, go! Whoa! The explosions didn't happen on my vessel. This is good. But you got to give it all sorts of directions and stuff like that. And my first attempt at programming really only managed to give an equatorial launch profile. I don't know why I struggled with the word equatorial there for a moment. Is this still good? It's moved a little bit over because we've gone from surface apoapsis to orbital one. But I think we're fine. So much so that I'm just going to launch this and let's go. Let's go! I want to get my apoapsis up to here because almost all of the maneuvers that I need to do to bring myself into close alignment with one of these vessels will be much cheaper up high because you move slower. It's easier to move yourself when you're moving slower. Yeah. But I also want to be able to watch things like this. So the apoapsis is currently at 4. Is that where are we aiming for? Let's have a look. We're aiming for 7.3. So the number that I'm looking at is down here. This apoapsis down the bottom left. We're at 600 right now. I think I'm going to go almost 700 exactly and just kind of leave it. You know, that's good for me. And then we'll add a maneuver at the top here and pull this out and around. Something like this. Okay, we're almost exactly 90 degrees, well, half an orbit out of phase. So let's try something like so. I've made my circle much smaller so that we're not in sync. You know, if we had the same size circle and I was here and my target was on the other side of the circle, we'd be traveling at the same speed around, never being able to catch up with each other. And that's not great, you know, that is not great. I want to be able to catch up with them. Any reason not to hit the button? I don't see any reason not to hit the button. We came from that little blob of land right down there, by the way. I always think it's nice to look back, see where you came from, get a real sense of what's happened in your life. Oh, hello, it's the sun. Who doesn't like the sun, hey? Who doesn't like the sun? Look, somewhere over here. We got a 51 seconds until our burn. 40-second actual burn. I think I might burn this. You should probably do a mission to a random island and clean it for yourself. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can't imagine how many. Oh, and claim it for myself. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've been to most of the islands that we see underneath us here. I've been here. I've been to these. I've definitely been to these two. I'm not sure whether I've been to these ones over here. They're quite a distance away. This is very far. Very, very far. I've travelled most... In fact, I have travelled all of the coastline from here, up, round, down, and over to here. I've done that live, if you will. Oh, go! Just noticed that we're starting to run out of time until the burn, and of course you can see that the burn time is counting down as we're doing it. It's rubbish. It's not where we need it. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Hopefully we're going to circularize up. Well, no, we're not circularizing. Hopefully I'm just going to hit an orbit. I mean, I guess you could plant a flag on it or something. Yeah, we could definitely go plant some flags. Gotta go get my tourists, and then once the tourists are safe and sound and paid us all the money that they owe us, that mission right there, I will be on it. If we stop this, you know what? It's a small circle, but that's fine. We want to do this maneuver over here. Add this maneuver, pull up until it reads 0. Any moment now. Okay, maybe too far. 3.9. Oh wait, I wanted to pull it down at the ascending node. I know how these things work. It even says ascending in the title. What is wrong with me? Okay, so like that's what we need to do. Yeah, and then next. Well, I want anti-normal to do that. And then next time round, we'll see where we are in relation to the casino and see if we can't go and pick up our Kerbal friends. Of course, that's all we're trying to do is bring our friends home. Bring our friends home. Do I really want it to be that exact, or should I just burn? I mean, that looks pretty good to me. I don't know about you guys, but I think this has put the ascending node and my oh, even better. So I was just putting this maneuver node down to see what changes I need to do to my orbit for us to catch up with each other. And when you put a maneuver node down, it shows you what happens in the next orbit, right? Next orbit. And this has made them very close. How do I make them even closer? All I need to do is bring these two together. Luida Braco. I don't know. Luista. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. How are you doing? I hope you are having good times. Hope you having good times. People are quiet today. Actually, you know what? It's the same viewers we've always had though. So I don't know. I don't know. Now, did this maneuver node? If I click over, I want to select that. It's just slowing down. We're just slowing down. So if we put ourselves to our retrograde and then go, hey, could you please take me to my next maneuver node? That would be great. We're on our way to go pick up 4 tourists from an asteroid. You can see they are up there right now. I used them to move my asteroids around. Or rather, I used the craft they were on to move my asteroids around, and then realised I needed to leave that craft there. So they're kind of stranded, you know, just as you do, So I'm now flying up a craft that I mostly launched with solid rocket motors. And because, you know, I care for my tourists, I put a little cupola on the bottom so that they can see what's going on. At the moment, it's completely empty. There's no one sat there. All we've got is our Master of Ceremonies up the top here. Can I aim camera? Thanks very much. He is... no, he's not even there. What are you doing? What are you doing back there, buddy? That's the tourist area. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really matter right now where you go, but it's not... Oh, look, we've got a little target for him. I don't know how to tell you this, Willwig, but I think there might be a sniper looking at you. All right, cool. Yeah, tourists. We're gonna go get our tourists. It's literally just around this orbit here. Warp around. And I want to change that to target so that we can see. Is that them? 32 kilometers. Twitchi, I care about my tourist POV. You watch the previous streams. Bob Crossing, welcome back. Just got in from school. Nice. Did you have a good day at school? I hope so. I had a beautiful day at university. Got to play with a whole bunch of telescopes. Went to a different building. That's like house isn't the word I want. Went to a different building in the university and saw all the stuff that, all the various equipment. I could lay my hands on a muon detector if I wanted to. There's a bunch of Geiger counters that you strap in a row, and when a muon flies through them, it causes this whole like radioactive decay process. I could talk more about the maths, but I'm not going to because the maths is the boring bit. But you see a bunch of like flashes on screen, and you go, that came from space. Yeah, I have no idea how cool. I mean, you probably do know how cool that is, but I find that so cool. I've been given permission, so all of this is extra. Like, none of this is part of my university work. This is just like me and a friend started talking to some lecturers and noticed that a whole bunch of equipment was just sat around, right? I've been given permission to set up a sky survey webcam on the roof of the university to watch for meteors and see how many flash across the sky. Maybe even track them and try and find them. That's great. Bob Crossing going to make a flying toilet in KSP. Great. Wonderful. Show us a screenshot. All about the fly. Are you making it out of stock bits, or have you got like modded parts to get a real classic, elegant shape to your toilet? Okay, so it says here we're 18 kilometers away. We're going to have a 9-kilometer separation when we get over their stock. Nice. I'm all about the stock players. I mean, obviously, I have a few very light mods. You might notice that my Kerbal has got like an awesome hairstyle. That's a mod. I've got like I could do some scripting if I want, but there's no CPU on board. I could do some extra scanning. You've seen this map of Kerbin, isn't it great? But mostly I don't have any parts mods, you know. Mostly. I don't get it. V locked, right? Okay, that's the orientation. I was looking at the orientation of my ship and the orientation of my nav ball, and I was just like, they don't match up, and I thought they should. I wonder if it's going to be powered by Taco Bell. I mean, maybe. Flying toilets, brought to you by fast food of choice. All right, how do we see if we can come in closer? So, little tip here for everyone. You can see that my pink cross and my yellow cross are not lined up on top of each other. I would like them to be lined up. Because they're crosses, I can push them with my engine. If I kind of pull away a little bit and then turn my throttle on, you can see that the yellow one is being pushed down towards the pink one. And when I think that they've matched up nicely, I go, yeah, 600 meters away. That's great. And we point our butt back over at the craft that we're heading towards. That over there is three asteroids, 2 spaceships. There's a whole bunch of stuff over there that's just connected together. Do you guys remember the connector that isn't actually connected to the asteroids? We managed to put a craft with a claw on one end, claw on the other, connected it to one asteroid and flew that asteroid over to go connect to another. And now it doesn't look like that. Now there's just like this bit floating in space, and there's an asteroid over here and another asteroid over here. I don't know why they're not connected anymore. It kind of makes me a little uneasy to send my Kerbals over there, but where else am I going to send them? Where else am I going to send them? Okay, here we go. We're coming in hot. I'm going to start slowing down here. Look at it. Look, you can see how big it is. It's huge. 2.5 kilometers away, and we've got like actual number of pixels to see. Oh, there comes the asteroids as well. It's a little disappointing. No fuel? Not much fuel. Not much fuel. Hey, Obscure Reference, how are you doing? In fact, that's a good point. We're going to slow down via the power of RCS at this point. Let's see how much RCS we've got. Let's keep that up. Yeah, I should have been doing this from a little distance out, actually. Just flying the RCS, right? We're going to see if we can't get our point. A little bit worried about smashing into this too hard. Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down with liquid fuel in 3, 2, 1. Bring ourselves to a stop. Oh, too far. I can correct that as well, so that's fine. Okay, I think we now have it. Where's my little cross? It's got to be around somewhere. There it is. We are now flying towards the craft. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm going to turn my RCS off. We're going to look along. Oh, I love shots like this. Oh, in fact, let's do one of these. Look at that. Crater at the bottom, sun at the top. Beautiful spacecraft. It's not a beautiful spacecraft. It's pretty horrible looking spacecraft, actually. But there we go. That looks a little bit better. All right, let's figure out what we're doing here. I couldn't catch the last KSP streams because of school, but since it's a snow day, here you are. Brilliant, awesome. Hi, it's good to have you here. Launched a classified mission. All about those classified missions. I won't ask you any questions. That's not how classified missions work. I cannot select my little. There we go. Arm that. Brilliant. You'll notice that it is indeed just a little claw. Just a little claw. I didn't think I would need anything more than that. Okay. Turn and face onto my craft here. Now, what are we going to do? How are we going to connect onto this and just have a good time? Hey. Oh, there's still a booster there that I should have disconnected already. I think we'll fly the booster back. I think we'll go and grab onto that booster and bring it back. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just fly over there. See what we can do. At the moment, it's going to take I really dislike that. I was like, I'm just going to time warp to try and get closer to it, right? But look at how far it travels. I don't know if we're going to do that. I'm not sure if we're going to do that. Okay, we've got parachutes. I was a little worried there. It's a thing that I do forget, but thankfully no prob alarms. It's going to take us 200 seconds at this rate. Let's speed up and see if we can't take 50 seconds like that. That would be better, right? There we go, something like this. Get ready to slow us back down as we start getting down into to smaller numbers. So this is the thing that's actually connecting these two asteroids together. Look at it. It's not connecting those two asteroids together. How is it functioning? I have no idea. I'm not going to question it though, because that is how you get the KSP to realise things are wrong, and then the Kraken comes and gets you, and then everybody's in trouble, including the Kraken. Kraken doesn't want to have a bad day. It's just there to see what you're doing, you know. Shall I just connect it to the asteroid? I say as if that's the easy thing to do. Or do I connect to the side of this craft in front of it? Like, really, this craft in front of me is the one I want to connect to. I want to swing around like this. Something like that. Yeah, something like this. And then we just travel sideways a little bit more than that. So the Kraken is like, okay, I'm coming to mess everything up, and then I'm going to go away. I mean, that's pretty much how the Kraken is. It's like, laters, boys. Alright, I'm going to head out. Okay, do people think that all of my Kerbals are safe and sound? That's the real question. Next question, of course, is whether we can bring our other pilot home with us. I hope so. Is it Burbles? Yeah, Burbles. We should see if we can bring Burbles back with us. Let's line up these RCS like iron sights. We can see where we're going to be smashing into anyway. I want to kind of connect to this middle section here if at all possible. Shouldn't be a problem. Should not be a problem. Okay, let's bring ourselves to a stop. I think this music is possibly my favourite orbital music. Do people have favourite music from KSP? I know a lot of people turn the music off with KSP. I suppose most people are going to be like the VAB music, and like I can respect that. I can respect that. Aim camera here, and then oh, it didn't like that. It didn't like that. Aim the camera here, and then maybe we can like watch from the pilot's point of view. Maybe not. We've got too much of a slope on the go here. Sneaky adventure, good choose. My favorite is the intro. You know what? The intro music is legitimately a banger. It's got all you need to tell you that you are off on grand adventures, you know? Grand adventures. I don't know whether we're coming in right or not. So, of course, I'm going to speed up. Why would I not? I like this camera angle. This is, that's a thing, right? There's Willwig all the way back there. Wait, we're going to stop. Wait a minute. Quick save. Quick save. There are several remixes, so I'm afraid you'll actually have to link which remix you mean. But yeah. I mean, the tune itself is absolute gold dust. So like, and anyone who tries to make something from it is probably going to also make a pretty good banger. I feel scared. I feel scared. I feel scared. Contact! Please don't shake me apart. Okay, so now what we need to do is transfer people across. I'm going to start here. Look, we're going to transfer crew. Excuse me. Transfer Willwig. Okay. All right, fine. Yeah, this is how we'll transfer him. This is not how I intended to transfer him. Oh, you can't just move up like that. That's a bit sad. I thought it wouldn't be a problem. And board. I can't help noticing that we're picking up some shakes. So it's not that passenger. Wait, there's Burbles. There's Burbles. Oh, here's some. Okay, this is where everybody is. We want to transfer to there. Am I gonna have to do this forever? Transfer to there. Oh man, this is a transfer to there. Transfer. We're gonna run out of room. This should just leave. Wait, where's Burbles? Oh no, Burbles, no, my friend, you cannot. Look how much it's shaking. I am scared. You guys scared? I'm very scared. Can I let it settle down like this? Transfer crew. Burbles. Please, just please. Just please. Is this all my passengers now? Transfer. Okay, that was a little bit more work than it needed to be. I now have to leave this place without blowing it up. Disarm. Okay, this is good. Who am I in control of? Alright, here we go. This is even better. Let's just try and flee, shall we? Let's just try and flee. The fact that I didn't destroy that solar panel there it's something. It's something. Now, do you think by the power of the RCS we could bring our periaps down? I mean, we probably can. I'm not counting some good things from there. Hey, Landstrider, good to see you. What's your favourite Kerbal music? It's a bit hard to call them because you don't know like what to call them, right? Unless you've gone looking through Incompetech's listings. It's a bit hard. It's a bit hard. Sneaky Adventure is the bum bum bum. That one, right? You guys know the one I'm on about. Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff. Your favourite music is the mute button. See, yeah, there we go. I was waiting for someone to come along and represent that. But when the question first got asked, I was like, I know a lot of people actually just mute the thing. Look at that river. Whoosh. Look at this little bit here. Maybe this is what we'll go do. We'll go check out this river. It's literally north of the desert. Okay, we can do that. We can fly around and across and go just check out the river. Maybe fly a rocket over. Of course, we do need to bring these Kerbals back. I also would like to spend all my monoprop, if that's actually possible. I mean, for some people, it's just not their music. You know, it's just not their music. You know, I respect that. Like, if it was down to me, I'd be playing like mash core, break core, stuff like that at you. But I know it's gonna scare a lot of you away, so we'll probably not do that. I thought that said Crabtree Kerman for a little moment there. I was like, what? These are 1-star tourists. Yeah, I actually landed these tourists back home and sent them back out again once, didn't I? This guy's getting the best view. Getting the best view. I'm sure it's not going to be too hot for re-entry. No. Why would you even think it's that way? 132 Delta V, and you need to do 132.1 burn to stay safe 50 meters from the set. I mean, I would normally at this point be like, well, that's such a small amount. Surely you can get your Kerbal out to push. Like, normally, if you got 400 delts or whatever, would not recommend at all. But if it's a small number, you could probably get your Kerbal out to push. It's a probe. That's a shame. That's a shame. Has anybody gone and experimented with the Xenons? I think Kerbal's broken the Xenon engines. If you go and look them up online, you can find Delta Vs of several thousand, you know, and modern rocket engines of about 400 or 500, chemical rockets, which works out to about the same as Kerbal. You go and look at the Xenons; they're worse than the regular engine. That's not how Xenon engines are supposed to work. Oh, you have RTS to save the day. That's good. That's very, very good. I wish there was... Well, I suppose if I had actually put a Kerbal operating system core on here, I was just about to say, I wish I could not press this button. I could have done it with that. I don't think... No, I don't think that's not a thing. I do very often. But we are going to make it. I was going to say, I'm not sure if we're going to make it, but looking at the rate we are eating through monopop, can I... This? Wow, there's a lot of individual monoprop tanks here. That is a lot. But we could put it all in one, look. Here we go, in. It shows you how small all the crew tanks are compared to this one serious monoprop tank, you know? This is long. I just want to try and save a little bit more fuel than I currently have for landing. Because there's just something about me and tourists. I tend to kill them a lot. So I'm going to try not to. There are some game music tracks that rise to the level of K, but mostly game music is rubbish. I've never heard anything that raises to the level of desirable to the ear. No, I mean, back when Wipeout was a thing in the 90s, those were some banging tracks. But yeah. Games like Osu. That's a game that, I mean, you put your own music in it, so that you can play whatever you want. It's mostly full of speedcore, and I love that stuff. But I can understand why you wouldn't. Other games have had good music. I mean, GTA has a good radio, you know, but it is just radio, which means it's okay. Back when was it GTA 3 Moving Shadow Radio, when it was all the drum and bass, that was great. Thoroughly enjoyed that. I was literally just getting into drum and bass when GTA 3 came out, so it was a pretty solid coincidence at that point. What I should have done was grab that booster off the side. There was a game on the PS2, Hot Wheels game, the only game in your entire life that had what you would call good music. Rock and Roll Races, where they did 8-bit remixes of like 80s and earlier rock tracks. That was alright. It was much better than like Railroad Tycoon's remixes of publicly available tracks. I have no idea how Rock and Roll Races had the licensing to do what they did. I should imagine that actually they didn't. And they just went ahead and did it, right? What other game had that where they thought they would... Lemmings, where they thought that all the tracks that they were doing were public domain, but actually there's one that wasn't, and they got royally sued for it. Gotta be careful. If you're putting music in a game, you've got to be careful. Which is rubbish, right? Like, how do people own these things? How do people own these things? 8-bit of anything is not music in your definition of music. I'm probably gonna have to come down on the other side of that particular argument. Like, rhythmic sounds of any distinction are generally music, you know, even the ones I don't like. Okay, we're very close to being through our burn. This is good, actually remarkably well done. I didn't think we were going to have anywhere as much fuel as this. I probably could have just burnt my liquids, to be fair. Like, oh, look how much it's gone up in Delta V since throwing all this mass away. This was like 300 and something, 370, maybe even 320, and now we're up to 403. That is crazy. So I've been working with the Kerbal operating system a lot. I've been learning how these systems work in the background, because you have to interact with them, right? And they only update this when they're not bothering with all the other physics stuff, right? When they've got other stuff to calculate, they're like, no, the Delta V calculations can wait. And yeah, of course they can. Of course they can. Who actually needs to know exactly? Cricket in fields is music by definition, and wins in a charm. Yeah, well, why not? You know, it might not be perfectly arranged music, but yeah, I would say, like, is birdsong not music? You know, some would even say there is a rhythm to the natural English language. What was it? Iambic pentameter? The pacing that Shakespeare used. It was a small and a long syllable system. And if you need to remember it, it's just the Pink Panther tune. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I can't remember any Shakespeare off the top of my head, else I'd like try and do it in time with the music, just to be like, well, look, it fits perfectly. Like the Dear Yorick one, but I don't know it, so I can't say that, unfortunately. There's a great video about it. There's a dude who does English language for non-native speakers, but like how to speak like a native, not how to speak Queen's English, right? Even though he uses the Queen as an example quite often, because the Queen used to speak regular English, not the Queen's English. The Queen's English doesn't actually exist. Nobody speaks that. Okay, is 50 enough to not explode the dude on the bottom? These are questions that I have. Whilst we're doing that, I'm gonna jump over to hopefully not a shaking itself apart casino. But when we left, there was a lot of shake involved. Ooh, are we good? Physics easing. Poor Burbles, left on his own. Okay, we're going to grab this one. Right here. Where are you in that? Couple. And hopefully this is this small one. T retrograde. You did a stream where you went to Moho and back. I seem to do Moho and back quite well. It's Moho to stay that I seem to be struggling with. Yeah, Moho to stay is definitely a problem for me in my space program. We have this tendency to pass by Moho at very fast speeds. Very fast speeds. Looking at our Delta V readout, being like, well, if we stop now, we're not coming back. or even, I don't think we can stop now. You were just listening to Kerbal and Spaceflight. I mean, like, there are a lot of really good remixes out there. People who are like learning music or whatever, learning how to use a digital workspace. They generally will just like grab any music that's available to them, which is often game music, because like what other free and available music is there, and throw a beat over it, and it's great. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Entrance is on trade. Locked camera. There we go. Maybe we're going to pop the parachutes nice and early. Let's just see what we can do here. I'm hoping that we're going to... I mean, do I just start burning some more fuel and see if we can't bring down my Apple Apps somewhat before we leave would be the ideal situation. I don't know how much more fuel we've got. We've got a fair amount of fuel left. We've got about a quarter of what we... No, we've got about a third of what we use to completely slow ourselves down from the other side of the orbit. Gonna have to agree that our music definitions are not compatible. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I've been a DJ for long enough, though. The ship was in 3 parts: the interplanetary stage, the lander module, and crew module. Yeah, cool. I mean, that's... If you're doing a serious landing, and I mean, like, away from the Kerbin system, you generally do need to have a separate lander, right? Trying to land the mothership is always a problem. Always a problem. It's normally doable, but it is a problem. Pretty sure you would like Made on Earth. Me or Obscure Reference? But yeah, maybe. So using the stopping power of the atmosphere and the stopping power of our RCS, which probably isn't quite as strong as you would like it to be, or at least not as strong as I would like it to be, we're slowly bringing down our Apple Apsis there. Oh look, I'm having to like bounce it back and forth. I really do want to go and find. Do you guys know that there's little radar dishes down here? Did you know there's a radar dish down here? If you went and searched for this place, sorry, in a vessel, you would find a structure. I might go looking for them at some point. It's a good fun thing to do. I know there's one. Is it Brown Rock over here somewhere? You can go look for. Maybe it's actually further around. Oh look, something survived. How unusual. How unusual. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Apple Apsis is coming down quite nicely. I would have liked my periapsis to be a bit lower, it turns out. I was very worried about blowing up my Taurus, though. It's just too much of a recurring theme for my space program. I think maybe my Taurus have a 25% survival rate. Yeah, 25% sounds good. 25% sounds pretty good. As in, true to form. It would be what the numbers could very well be. It turns out that I parked my asteroids very high up. Very, very high up. And that... maybe I shouldn't have. The problem is, it's a lot of mass there now, so to try and move it even closer into the into the Kerbal system, it's going to be difficult. What I should have done is put them equatorial, because almost everything is leaving equatorial. It was only because that happened to be the convenient one for where I had to dump my asteroid after it become just a little bit too much trouble to move it around. Yeah, look how much more Delta V we're getting just by dumping a quarter of a tank of fuel over the side. That's great. That's great. So yeah, if you... So as I've been saying, this week I have been working on telescope proposals to take control of a telescope. Well, as a network of telescopes, and they'll give me an hour slot on one of the telescopes, and I have to justify why I need whichever telescope. But if you were given an hour on any telescope at all, what would you look at to try and do some serious science? Well, not serious science, just to try and like go, hey, that's cool. Do you guys know any cool space stuff out there? Would you be looking at other galaxies? Would you be looking at nebula? Europa, what a great idea. Yeah, point it, try and get some of those, the water plumes, right? See if there's anything in there that we wouldn't expect, right? Start with the moon, then maybe go to Jupiter. It's a good go. I'll put it in the general Discord. Yeah, please do. Oh, your spacecraft. Yeah, go for it then. Go for it. Yeah, we made it back up into orbit, but that's all right. I was kind of expecting. Look at that. We're coming back home on the next one. Let's go around. Oh wait, there's Did the other one blow up? I think the other one must have blown up. Yeah, looks like it. There was a booster that we sent from the Casino Royale back to Kerbin. I just wanted to tidy up. So how far round? I want to be able to see full communication network. There we go. Beautiful. Horrific. I'm trying to see the different places where we have... Look at that. Is that right there, or is that actually just the thing talking? You know, we'll go find out. But there's one, definitely. Where else have we got? There's another one, like the communication spots. Here on the edge of the crater. Oh, let's go there. Do you want to go there? Let's go there. And the rest are talking to the KSC by the looks. Oh, look, there's one up north. Yeah, I like this. Oh, yeah, you guys probably are. If I do this, it probably goes really messy. But hopefully you can see what I'm trying to see here. You can use KerbNet to verify. Can you? KerbNet's on the thingy thing. Oh, I don't have a probe on me, and I don't know whether this actually connects to KerbNet. Alright, it was good to see you, MTL. See you around. This is one of my favourite things in Kerbal. Let's turn that and that off. When the planet spins, not you. Like, how cool is that? I think it's very cool. It's, we're processing weirdly, though. We are... Look at the nav ball. We're not just pointing at one place. All I did was ask to be... We'll point back to retrograde. We'll make sure that we're perfectly retrograde, right? Nicely zoomed in. Got a bit of a wobble. I wonder whether that's actually air. And then we turn that off and give it a spin. There we go. And look, I'm being pushed off. I'm going to assume that it's air interactions at this point. Which is a shame. Right, where are we going to be coming down? Near the other connector probe. I want to make sure, because someone remind me to go and pick that up. It shows as a question marker. Okay, cool. We will get going. I want to go look. We'll probably end up launching a plane into space and then bringing it down on top of the bit that we want to go see, right? Like, is that the way to do it? I think that's the way to do it. Maybe take a tourist with us. Surely there's a tourist that wants to go to space and back, right? Okay, atmospheric entry has begun. I'm a little bit worried. Like, it doesn't show me what the temperature is there, but I'm very worried about that particular cupola. If we press C, not this one. V. Oh, is it you? Are you the one looking? Yeah, you're the one looking forward. Okay, here we go. I've got to put the raster prop mod. Is that the name of the thing that makes these screens usable? Tells you a whole bunch of information. This is great. Oh, this is amazing. I feel like we could probably do better. This way up though. Aww. Oh look, who's that handsome fellow over there? Nice. In fact, you see this little bubble in the background. Can I right click? Hello. See this little bubble right here? That's almost exactly the type of thing I'm going to be spending my telescope time looking at. There would have been a big bright star. That one might be a supernova bubble actually, but there would have been something in the middle that exploded or threw some stuff off, and now you can see like the very the very outside edge of it. Because the one me and my friend are looking at, there's not much knowledge about it. Not much knowledge about it. Some people will tell you about the stars on the inside, but that's about it. Is this my auto angle? Is this really the angle it thinks I'm coming in at? Let's try this one instead. I feel like this is a little bit better for my for my sanity. There we go. A friend of mine is looking into the Whirlpool Galaxy. Do you guys know the Whirlpool Galaxy? Let's see if I can find a picture. Still another picture, shall we? He's looking into the Whirlpool Galaxy to see what supernovas are like. See whether you can... I mean, it's nice that it's public domain. Can I download it? See if you can see the difference between areas that have supernova and areas that don't. Let's bring this up. Look. Oh, it's a tiny one. Let's not have a tiny bit. There we go. Whirlpool Galaxy. Isn't it great? It's smashing into another one. Where's my red square? Oh, it's back there. That's not good. Red square should be on top. So this big one here is called the Whirlpool Galaxy, and I'm totally covered my spaceship up. Why would I do that? And then this one over here has another weird number. I'm afraid I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. Anyway, but he'll be looking at little areas in here to see if any supernova have been going off. The Whirlpool Galaxy has a lot of supernova. Like since '97, there have been 4 supernova. When you don't know the size, it looks small. It's true. Everything's very small. The thing is, if you look out on the sky, it will only be about the size of my mouse marker there. Probably star collision. Like the galaxies here. Both of those are galaxies. Both of these are galaxies. This one here and this one here. But the reason that it's probably... Yeah, I mean, it's probably because all this is smashed into each other and it's like made a bunch of stars unstable. Like, it's brought a lot of gas into the same place at the same time so that big stars can be made and the big stars explode very quickly. Why are we doing this? We got electric charge. Why do this? I mean, we're now cool enough that it doesn't matter, or going slow enough that it doesn't really matter. Let's go radio out. Why not? Yeah, unfortunately, because of the way that we will be doing our observations, we're literally just getting a picture, like you take with your photo, right? It's a little more calibrated than that. You know, they put filters in front of it and tell you like what color this corresponds to and a whole bunch of stuff like that. But it is essentially just a photo is all we're getting. There's this other thing called spectra where you have a look and see what color all the different lights are, and from that you can figure out what different elements and stuff are there. Oh, there go our drogue chutes, but we're not doing that one, unfortunately. Which actually, for a lot of us in the group, has kind of made us stop and think, like, what science can you actually get just from a photo, as opposed to, you know, the most bleeding edge of science, of the scientific observation. But it's for thousands of years, it was the only way people had to be able to, like, Not photos, but like looking and just seeing with your eyes, right? Was the only way people could evaluate anything. And still, and even with that, there's so much that people haven't even looked at. Like there's, I don't know, there's 30 students in my class, something like that, right? And I would say at least half of us, and we're only second year students. I want to impress that upon you. Like we are not PhD students, we're not masters or anything like that. We're still learning, right? But we're all looking at stuff that has never been looked at by science before because there's just so much data. I don't know if you're aware of the Gaia satellite. I can't remember whether it was NASA or an ESA. Let's look it up. Gaia. I can't type telescope. It's an ESA. All right. It was basically just a wide-angle telescope that scanned the whole sky. I think it did it 3 times a year or something like that. But would you believe that kind of thing has not really been done before? The full sky surveys have been like pretty limited. There's been like a dozen or so before Gaia. And now Gaia is like, here's a data dump of every star in the galaxy 3 times a year. There's a lot of stuff in there that just people have not looked at. The one in particular, there's these things called open clusters. Open clusters are like, imagine a big cloud of gas, something ripples through it and makes a whole bunch of stars collapse down, right? The whole cloud of gas collapses down into stars. What's left over, this like loose collection of stars, is called an open cluster. And there's like 60 of these things just in the Milky Way alone that nobody has even looked at. The Gaia data has gone, yeah, here's some stuff. And people are like, all right, we know this is this, and we know that's that. But nobody's really looked perfectly at it, given the full science treatment. And here's us, second year students, being like, all right, let's science this. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Very fuzzy here. Why is over there much better? I suppose that's the detail render. I don't like that. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Looks good up to about here, and then looks good from about there onwards. 5 meters per second. Are my tourists going to survive? In particular, the one down the bottom. What I should do is jump. Do I want to jump Willwig out and then transfer my Kerbal up? I mean, we're only 100 meters off the floor, so I don't even know if Willwig's parachute would open in time. It'd be a fun little process, right? Maybe one day we'll get into some extreme skydive. See, this is the type of stuff we should be doing in multiplayer, right? One person flies the drop pod out, and then everybody else does a little skydive out of it. It'd be great. Oh, look at the heather. I presume it's heather. I don't know many other purple flowers like that. What's your guy? Is that heather? What's your guy's local flower like this? They say it might even be leaves, not petals. It's super high def though. Look at the detail on this. That's crazy. That is crazy. No wonder they have to turn it off after a little distance. Lavender, yes, lavender. Good shout. Good shout. Oh, does sage come out purple? I didn't know sage came out purple. It's not anything from Earth, literally. Yeah, found on Kerbin only. Kerbin only. Ooh, we got a long wait. We got a long wait. The game's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to give you money. I'm gonna have to try and set these tourists back off to wherever they're going. Where do the tourists come from? I mean, I think we decided a little while ago that the whole of Kerbal's civilization is actually underground. Did we figure that out? Only 8 grand from recovered parts, okay. But look at that. These guys ready for next assignment. No, you're not. Don't lie at me. Passenger transport. Awarded Kerbal's launching a vessel containing at least 4, but he didn't launch. Burbal's launched. I don't think that's reading the right thing. Kerbal EVA, okay, in 0 atmosphere. That was a mistake. All right, great. An orbital EVA, that was also a mistake. All right, these are good times. These are good times. Over here, contracts complete. Let's get rid of all of these. We don't need these anymore. 3 tourists visit an asteroid. Look at the money it earned me. Look at the money. Speaking of, bring a newly Class C into orbit around... How much are you going to give me for that? That's not worth it. That is just not worth it. 72. I mean, that's some fair money right there just to go and repair a satellite in orbit of the moon. What I'm really looking for is 1 tourist to low curve in orbit. Okay, it's not going to be a lot of money, but it's going to be enough to justify my my expenditure. All Kerbal kind is inside the buildings. Bus early had the VAB, now has many more. Okay, so they're all inside these buildings. There we go. For a while, I thought you were talking about Penguins. Penguins series for all Kerbal kind. Which I have to admit I lost track of a little while ago. I got stuff to do. Right, what are we doing? We're flying a plane to orbit to then try and... Okay, let's start with the plane and the tourist go to orbit, right? And then we want something that can fly from here. Like one... And then... I mean, do I want just a thin with wings, or do I want to have like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Nacelles, the word I'm looking for. The outriggers, the things on the outside. Aerodynamics. See, this claims to be a nacelle, but I don't know. I don't look like it. Bup. And what is... I got a Panther. There we go. That's the best engine. Pontoons? Yeah. I mean, the ones that I'm thinking about, if I grab this and go... aerodynamics. Now, the small delta wing isn't quite what I was looking for. Where's the large... Oh, do I have the large delta wing? Is this something that I've got yet? I don't. I might not. Oh, there it is, delta wing. These ones. Whatever this is called on the outside. Took a lot of setup to get there. That's nice. Do we go with this? Do you guys want to see me fly this? I'm going to fly this. Let's fly this. Did a basic plane with incredible range. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I want to turn this up this way. You know what? Let's go for one of these jobs. Yeah, I like those. And then we can pull this to like cover up all that nasty there. I mean, do you think we could do it with the small... Wow. I mean, what have I made here? I mean, this is indeed a tourist program, so yeah, that's fine. Slap that on the back. Bam, a couple of air brakes. Because they're important. I mean, I don't think this is even going to lift, to be fair. We're going to have to... Oh, I'm not going to fly... Thanks, but if I fly with the Juno, we're going to be here for like 4 hours. And, no. Aerodynamics. Flat control planes on the back here. That work for everybody? Everybody. Okay, then we hit this, and this, and we go, ooh, you know what? Actually, it's not too bad. It could be much worse. It could be much worse. We got the little up tilt of the, oh. That was not my mute key. How about this one? I don't know what that was. Something very dry just went in my throat. You know, when you just have the driest cough, it leaves you feeling terrible. That's what just happened. What is... Oh, my apologies for that, guys. I just suddenly had an absolute betrayal of my body here. Right, we'll get back onto what's going on here. Let's make sure that my microphone is live. It is good. And then we're going to swing this around this way, because what I'm trying to do is get this pivot point of the wheel to match up with this blue bit of my aerodynamic lift here. Yeah, that's the one, Landstrider. That's the one. Let's try and also put one of these up. Sacrificial plane, because let's be honest, we all know what's going to happen here. Now, can we strap this to a rocket? Do you guys think we can strap this to a rocket? What happens if we just take this off here? I kind of want to leave that there. I might do it like this. We go... Yeah, okay, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to hide all of this stuff. This never really goes amazingly well, but we're going to make it happen anyway. This is something that, I mean, really doesn't work well. Let's turn that off so that I can... Oh, it doesn't want to stick there. Okay, what I'm going to do instead... I'm trying to make it central on the back of this, but of course everything's round here, so it's a bit hard to do that. So I'm going to bring this to the end here, like so. Can we look at it? And then pull this up. Okay. And then I should be able to, using the shift key, pull this wherever I need it. And where I need it right now is right in the middle. Look at that. That's great. That's actually really cool. We're going to get a decoupler. Like so, yeah. And then we're going to move this just in a bit. Okay, there we go. This also is 2 when it wants to be 1. Okay, there we go. I have a bad feeling about this, but we're going to do it anyway. Start retracted. Start retracted. Okay, that's good. I kind of want to call it the sacrificial train. Yeah, I don't know. There's something there. There's something there. Jolly good plane for a jolly good man. Oh yes, what we're actually gonna do? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I can think of several reasons why not, but you know that's not gonna stop me. Don't stop me now, as they say. Let's then put this underneath, and this should now be able to make it almost all the way up to. That's a bit awkward. 2,200. It's a good start. It's a good start. Can I... Man, that... Do you guys hear that police siren? It sounds like it right outside my window sometimes. 4. And right up to there. Does that hold everything in place? That looks like it should hold everything in place. Shall we have a test flight? I feel like we need a test flight. Mainly because I'm not confident about this plan, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to. Do you know how not confident I am? I'm super not confident. Let's try it. Let's try save launch. We will be reverting this right outside my window. Foreshadowing. Never got swatted, thankfully. To be fair, people need to know where I am right now. I think most of you wouldn't even know what country I'm in. Which is fun. Oh, the launch. Oh, the launch. Alright, yeah, load that passenger. That's almost exactly what we want. I've got a feeling they put them the wrong way around, though. Aim camera. Oh wait, oh no, they're the right way around. Look, is a gun. this Kerbal is a gun. Okay, that's nice. This how we're smuggling them through. 3, 2. I mean, like, anybody have any predictions? I'm thinking backflip. How are you guys feeling about that backflip? What I'd like to do is to get down to like 10 degrees as quick as possible. 3, 2, 1, go. Actually, well, yeah. So far, so good. So far, so good. Do you think backflip as well? You know, I think I could even run my my autopilot script on this. This works so well. I actually flabbergasted. Lost 4 words. This is going so much better than I thought it was gonna go. This isn't how it was supposed to work. Okay, well, I think we can say test is good. Do you guys agree test is good so far? Okay, ready for the lasers? Lasers. So where are we looking that's not... Like, is there anything even close to equatorial? I doubt it. Like, this guy here, is that a connection? Is that a node, a place where everyone's talking to? I feel like that's a node. Oh, we going too high. We're going too high. Re-entry's not going to work like this, but that was good. That was good. Actually, let's revert to vehicle assembly because that just went too well. That went too well. I'm not going to accept this. We need to do worse. I'm going to try. Am I actually going to attach a? I might do. What's the word that I'm looking for here? It's here somewhere. Oh, I don't have it here. Okay, this guy will have to do. This is a hard drive that can hold Kerbal scripts. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Hopefully, it will just send me up to 100. Yeah, let's go. I need to do a little bit of setup. It's really not much. And this is where you find out how bad my scripting is. I'm hoping this will just put us into a nice equatorial 100-kilometer orbit. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not going to go through my code. Nobody wants to know it. It basically breaks down into 3 sections. The first one just takes care of any staging that needs to happen. The second section gets us up to out of the atmosphere. Puts my apoapsis where it wants to be, and the third section deals with my periapsis on the other side. All right. Let's scroll down. I need to do some arcane stuff quickly. Copy path. This is just so Kerbal operating script wants to keep everything on your plane. All right. Launch 100K. But if you keep everything on your plane, the moment you break. Oh, I see what I've done. The moment you break something, all your scripts are lost, right? So it's got this like imaginary hard drive that exists at the KSC that you can copy stuff across from. So then I can go run, launch 100K. All right, are we all ready to see some explosions and death here? I've got a feeling that's the only thing that's actually going to happen from this. Go. Counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First on screen scripting. Okay, so far so good. Guidance systems are activated. The solid stages were done immediately. As soon as we get to 100, it should pitch 10%. And that's the edge case it can't deal with. All right. It needs to pitch faster then. Is it going to recover? It's not going to. All right. Okay, that's fine. Revert flight to launch, and we'll just do it manually. I just wanted to know. We'll launch a normal one at some point. So how come I could fly it so much better than this? That would basically just be doing exactly the same thing. I guess I can react to stuff. That's the difference, right? That's the difference. Oh, very sad. Very sad that didn't work. Okay, we're gonna have to do this by hand. 3, 2, 1, blast off. And then, so if you've got a plane on top, you need to do that a lot quicker. That's something that I wouldn't do until I was going 200 kilometers or so, the switch to pro grade. Indeed, I am now pointing down far too far. How did I fly it so well the first time and now not? What is going on here? Oh. Anybody know? Oh, I should have let that crash. Next one I'll let crash. Is it because it's longer? Should I have gone wider? Because I threw an extra fuel tank on the underside, right? Oh, it was going so well. It was going so well. What I do need to do, and I know this from the past, is to launch... Load those, thank you very much. Launch these craft at an angle almost immediately. 3, 2, 1, go. I think I'd like to make a autopilot for like this. Not specifically this, but for a craft that needs to have a different ascent profile, I suppose is the word I'm looking for here. What I would really like. So you know these put a satellite in orbit of such and such, right? Wouldn't it be great if I could make a bit of code that was just like, okay, it's here. These are the details. Go. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to do that. I mean, it's going to take some brain power. It's going to take some brain power, but I can power my brain. That's no problem. What is a bit of a problem is how many G's I'm pulling here. I didn't bring Casino Connector Royal. That would be indeed Fail Magfa. That would be very good. I've also been learning about. So there's a whole like GUI system. You know how like this is a GUI. Let's bring this up. So you know how this is a GUI. The Kerbal scripting system gives me access to make all this as well. So if I ever need to, I can just make a box that does everything we need, right? And yeah, obviously I would like fully release all my code. And anything that I'm going to have running at any point, I am going to fully release. It's got to be that one. There's that one there as well. Yeah, trying to figure out where exactly to go is a bit of a thing. You would want that. Yeah, I'd want that as well. I mean, obviously, as I mentioned earlier on, my actual aim is to be able to send a craft with a claw on the front. Do you know how many times I've tried to do script in Kerbal scripting? Ooh, there he goes. What are you? Flying foul debris. I think this has got to be like my fourth or fifth like serious attempt. How will KSP2 multiplayer tackle time warp? It's probably going to be the same way that KSP1 multiplayer handled time warp. You either have one person in charge, or you have people off in their own time bubbles, and then people who go, "Hey, Cyber Otaku, welcome back. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you." We're currently launching planes on top of rockets because that's totally normal. Yeah, so my main aim is to make a craft with a claw on the front that I can just play it in real time. I really want to play a real-time server for KSP2. Maybe not for streams, but like cash, maybe a video series. I want to play real time. I want to find some real serious people, and I want to be like, hey, I'm a real serious astrophysicist. Can I play real time, please? And just kind of have a go. I think it'd be great. I think it would be very good. I just realised we're trying to go to somewhere in the dark. What is that? I suppose that's fine. We can go somewhere in the dark. Well, where we should have gone is that one. Do we want to go do the crater instead? I think I'm going to go do the crater instead. I was totally going to go do that one over there, but you know what? No. Oh. Okay, maybe that one. Well, this isn't the 3,000 delts it said I had. Oh well. Let's see how the tourist fares. I am not expecting wonders from this. I think we're going to go the other way as well, actually, when whatever happens from this particular process happens. But yeah, playing real time would be good. Yeah, so in Kerbal, what was it? Dark multiplayer and Lunar multiplayer, you had a little window up in the corner that showed how far ahead and behind in time you are. And that was a pretty good system. It was a pretty good system. I like that one. Make our way back down to the atmosphere, shall we? Yeah, nowhere near far enough. Nowhere near. Okay, that's unfortunate. Imagine BD Armory with Lunar multiplayer. I don't need to imagine, but yeah, it's great fun. You do, however, need a specific plugin for it to work because BD Armory obviously is a weird script that the damage doesn't get passed around if you don't. So you watch stuff explode, or rather, the person who fired the gun watches the other craft explode. And then when the next check happens, suddenly all the craft just pop back into reality, which is a shame. It is a big shame. It's a big shame. That. Oh no. You're not what I thought you were. I've got little bits of debris all over my planet. I need to go and grab them. Oh look, this is spinning around now. We can say bye-bye to that booster. We're coming in very hot. Very hot. I think we should be fine though, looking at the speed. We're just going to fire the engines up, see what happens, right? Yeah, so I'm in many thought processes about multiplayer KSP2. Not so much from, I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not. Obviously, it's going to be amazing no matter what we do. But like from a video / streaming perspective, like people are going to want to play a lot, you know. And if the server's just open all the time, people are going to complete the game, as I say in inverted commas, before I've even done 2 streams, right? So got a contract with the Kerbal, but you didn't get the Kerbal itself. That's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, we seem to be nosediving. Well, could be better. We anywhere near where we want to be? No. It's a bit hard to tell. I think maybe this asteroid capture relay is stealing the bit that we need to know about. Ah, no. Oh, wait. The tourist is all right. Can't fly the plane, but the tourist is all right. Have a mod make limits every player to only 4 hours a week. Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. Yeah, that's a great idea. We're gonna watch this plane slam into the floor, by the way. There's not much else we can do with it right now. So rip that Kerbal right there. Yeah, mod made limits would be pretty cool actually. That would be very cool. Is this going to just spin out completely? Is this even going to see the floor? Oh, look at that island down there. I claim that one in the name of me. And this one over here, I've got to claim that one. See that little island in the inlet? Yeah, that's mine as well. Is it there? Is that where I wanted to go? Not even halfway. What is this? I wish I could force the nosedive at this point. This craft just... this craft is just too well balanced, man. It's supposed to be, like, dead in the air. It's just like, nah, we're just going to keep on flying. Yeah, I'm good at supersonic regimes. Are you not? There's literally not one Squirrel on the planet that is owned now. Yeah. Ooh, I think we might be a bit of a weird view on the go. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm a tourist paying hundreds of thousands to get on a space flight, I'd kind of like a new canopy. You see all these scratches? Kind of scary. They don't fill me with... Oh no. Why? Oh no. I can't control this. We've lost the pilot. There's no robot on board. There's only a tourist who can't do much about it. Seems to be pulling up. Oh, this is a thing that happens in uncontrolled planes. I've heard about this. So if they're well balanced but are uncontrolled, they'll pick up speed and slow down. So they'll like start nosediving. As they pick up speed, they get more thrust. So they... I'm gonna show that. That's good. So as they get more thrust, their nose lifts up again because they're flying faster, more thrust. So they start going up. So they slow back down. And then they go down again and back up again and down again. It's a weird thing, but something that does happen, it turns out. I was going to let this one play through, but we're going to have no stream left if I do that. So I think I'm going to have to revert this. I am very interested to know what its endpoint is here, but I'm sorry, I do not have time. Do not have time. Revert to launch. We're going to spin around, go the other way. There's light that way. That's a good start, right? I was kind of hoping the craft that we made would have actually made it up into orbit, but it turns out I'm not very good at reading my Delta V readouts. Just like this hard drive's not very good at loading the game. Load that, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to want to backflip out of this particular situation. I think I can backflip out of this particular situation. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, like this. Perfect. Can we spin around without killing everybody on board? Nope. Now like that. Okay, we're good. Stunts, man, stunts. What I should have done is just backflipped and like when I turned over. No, wrong. Revert to vehicle. I'm going to turn it around. Maybe even attach some solid boosters. Let's actually get some distance on this thing. Do you guys feel good about that? Maybe some heat shield. Can we attach a heat shield to the front of this? Is that a thing I can do? So I want that. And then we're also going to have down here, I kind of want to reduce the number of fins a little bit, which I'm sure will not have any problem whatsoever on the longevity of my craft here. And then pop these like so. Yeah, good. I'm all about it. Pointy. I hear people like pointy spacecraft. So we'll try that. Save launch. Hey, Kodiak June, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We are on a mission. We've done all our main missions. So we're on a mission now to go and look at some of the Kerbal antenna. I don't know about you, but I like looking at random things. And so that's the random thing we're going to go look at today. If we weren't playing career mode, I'd just be like, hey, let's launch up. Oh, he wants to go to actual orbit, doesn't he? Okay, that might actually be a little bit more awkward. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Ah, nice. When we get onto the map, I'll show you. Look, we've got this whole retrograde prograde thing now. We didn't have that last time I was here. Prograde? I jammed it too hard. It was my fault. Trying to fly a rocket with a plane on top is a little bit like trying to balance on top of a 1,000-foot pole, right? It is possible when you've got to have really good skills, but it is possible. I'm not sure if I got the really good skills to make it happen at the moment, though, but it's fine. It's fine. Fine, like a loading screen. Oh, yeah, look at that one. You know what? I'm not even going to bring the passenger. I don't think we can actually pull that one off. If I can, I'm going to feel very sad about it. Go, and we just kind of hold here. I just don't want to be pointed straight upwards, because pointing straight upwards gives horrific backflip systems. Backflip. Leverage? I'm going to go with leverage, actually. But this seems to be okay. I kind of wish I'd gone a little bit further. Let's try and pull down some of that thrust there. Okay, that's looking a little bit better. I'm watching my G-force meter here. I don't like it to go above 2. I don't know why I don't like it above 2. 2 is about the number that I like to try and keep it. Are you on top of the pole, or are you balancing the pole on your palm? I'm going to say you're on top of the pole. It feels, because I'm up here, right? Might even just let this come down a little more and need to turn. Yeah, there we go. I might even have not gone steep enough. Is it thin enough that I can... No, I don't want the orbit. I want the surface. Thank you. I could just like push forwards like this. Do we have enough air resistance or lack of air resistance that I can get away with this? I sure do hope so, because it's what I'm going to do. It's even further around than I thought. Almost certain we're about to watch a fiery death. Are you guys ready for that? Fiery death. Let's get up to our apoapsis and try and turn ourselves a bit more towards where the... So if I focus on Kerbal, watch the laser show again, all of them come to this point right here. So that's the point we're going to go to. The palm is actually much easier, like balancing stuff in your palm is not too difficult if you hold it, if you look at the top, basically. Bear it in mind, like, all you have to do is walk in the direction or move towards the direction that it's falling over, because then you've brought the bottom underneath the top, you know. I do like a bit of object manipulation. It's one of my passions. Normally I'm all about like yo-yo and juggling and stuff like that, but like over my lifetime I've balanced multiple chairs on my chin. Which is fun. Oh, well, okay, we're going to crash into a mountain. I mean, that's also going to be fun. Now, the real question is, do I try and slow down with this on me? Oh, bye-bye, Trashmaster, Cafe Addiction, The Oracle. Wow, that's a lot of stuff right there. I'm just gonna drop this. Just gonna drop this. I mean, I'm almost tempted to just like air brake my way through this. You love yo-yo? I absolutely love yo-yo. So I've got what's called a clutchless yo-yo. It's one way, you know, where you throw it down and sleep, and then you pull it back, like give it a little jump to pull it back up. Yeah, it doesn't come back up. You got to learn something called a bind. It kind of like knots the string up around it to bring it back. Yeah, I know, right? Everybody's like, "Oh, can my kid have a go?" I'm like, he can have a go if he wants. I don't think he's going to do much. It's an ancient, yeah. Same with is it Diablo? Poi, the Maori of New Zealand. Big in the Poi game. I am definitely going to watch a fiery death here. I just don't think we're coming back from this one. And this is the last attempt, I am afraid. We'll have to try and put a mission together that can, I don't know, a lander or something, rather than trying to fly this plane there. Obviously, going for the flattest profile entry possible. I'm sure nothing will cause ridiculous overheating. Why would it, right? Why would it? Is this normal? That's normal. Okay. You know, normal. How did they decide which way is normal? So normal is a thing in physics and computer graphics and stuff like that. You've got a table, you know, a surface, right? And the normal sticks up out of the middle of it. It helps with a lot of the calculations. Oh my gosh, that has done a very bad job at staying normal. Okay, I'm sure this will be fine. We're not going to just explode the cockpit again. Do we spin for safety? Do we try a spin for safety? We're going very fast. Oh my gosh, we are going very fast. Maybe even beyond the rated limits of this particular craft. Gonna try it though. Gonna try it. Toggle that brake. Let's really start slowing down. But we've got all sorts of systems in physics for... Yeah, there he goes. And I can't even turn that off now. So I wonder how they do it in Kerbal. What's the... I'm sure there's a system in place for it. There goes my booster. I've got an air brake on there. Maybe some more. Maybe some more. I wonder if it's like handed down from ancient Copernican secrets. Was it Copernicus who stole all of Tycho's information? Yeah, I think it might have been. No, I can't remember who it was. Someone was working for a Dutch astronomer, and when they died, they stole all of their data and then used that. Yeah, it's got to be Copernicus. And used that to come up with all the new laws of orbital dynamics. But it was kind of like one of the first cases of scientific espionage, you know. He just sat and waited. Yeah, double the brakes, maybe stick some on the underside. I mean, this looks like it might put itself out. I mean, not that we're going to be able to do anything with it if it does. Yeah, it's one of my favourite stories is hearing all the scientists that have done their science through nefarious means. But with that, I am going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys next time, where we're going to continue on with our space casino. We've got most of the stuff. We're still waiting for one more asteroid. It's right out here. Where are you? This one. And then finally we'll be able to get these 4 together, put in 100 likes, have a great time. But I'll see you then. Oh, when we're going to do that. Bye.